Hi, Leo.
Welcome to come back to our conversation. So last time we were talking about the mental strength,
Yeah,
and the question is, do you think the mental strength matter?
yeah.
So do you have something you want to elaborate?
Uh, uh, mm, when it comes to the question, of course, the one who posed the question, um, definitely, I think that mental strength is very important, really matters. But um, the reason that we come up with this, I think, um, is to be a contrast to the common opinion that not common opinion, but it is more common that people mention about when mentioning about strength to refer to physical strength, right?
Mm,
Um, and probably who will ever mention about mental strength might be those has something to do with religion, right? Usually, but but I think that mental strength i- is not um, is not shouldn't be limited in the religious area, uh, but but to everyone in this world. So
I think religion provide, all the religions, yeah, they provide some kind of reference, a structure
yeah,
for people to follow. Um, but as a reference, I think it's like each person can build his or her own religion, yeah, kind of. So you have the structure, you have this, okay, what do I believe? And how do I build a theory or philosophy according to what I believe? And then following certain applications. So how do I live and how do I make stuff? Yeah, like I think you'll follow to each other. It's very similar to building a brand. Yeah, like if you have or building a life, personal life. Um, that's why I think it is. Of course, we have to redefine what is the mental strength, and then we'll have to have a proper proportion. Yeah. So, as you mentioned, to show the strength, are you showing you have, I don't know, a castle, you have rocket or something? Yeah, this is your strength. Or are you showing something not material, even not physical, but from what is within yourself? Yeah, there's I think a different training. Uh, it comes different results.
of course. When you mention about personal religion, I think, yeah, it could be right, but when it comes to personal aspect, I think maybe it's easier to even easier to understand this by 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 the word belief. Yeah, what is your belief, and how strong is the belief? If it's strong enough, it would absolutely lead you through the way, right? It I think when it comes to um, single person, individual, it doesn't have to be that complex as the religions that we know today. Well, that's just something I like to mention. But when we go back to mental strength and the title, do you think mental strength matters? Uh, I like to mention about one cartoons, animation I watched before. Um,
SpongeBob.
No, of course not. It was a hit. It was hit, but
What's the name of
wonder
the
the
animation?
name is the the
Song of
son
something.
of the
Sounds.
monster, or son of the demon. I I'm not sure about the English translation of that name, but kind of that kind of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so son of monsters,
Mm-hmm.
and the story, the story, mm, the background of the story is two world. Um, so our main character, he
Mm-hmm.
happened to get into another world, which is um, a world that the monsters live.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you can imagine that it's just like another society that we're used to. But of course, there will be some
Mm-hmm.
events happening. I wouldn't bother to describe all, but one thing I really agree, and I heard it from the animation, is that one of the monsters says, "You human are so weak, are too weak, not
Mm-hmm.
physically, but mentally weak." And that's why you're so easy to be influenced, to be affected. That's in the story is affected by evil, and and I couldn't agree enough. I wasn't. It's not that I experienced a lot, but I thought I have already seen so many examples of um, affected by evil because of mentally weakness, mental weakness, especially when something bad happened, right? Like a disaster, like um, yeah, these years there are so many disasters happening, and when things like that happen, if you don't have if you don't you haven't developed a strong mind, it's easier to just turn evil and to be um, like to to rob others, to steal others, to even to kill others, just to survive. People think they just want to survive, mm, but but I don't think so. I think that is just uh, how do you say yeah, evil affected evil affect them easily if they are mentally weak. So yeah, that's why I mentioned about mental strength this time.
Mm, I actually, I actually believe that um, it is neutral. I think people are easy um, to be influenced by both good and evil. Um, the reason people do something, as you mentioned, uh,
Yeah,
is I think it's taking the opportunities. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Um, the same situation. If you, you know, there's some kind of force to demand people to do good, I think many people would do too because
yeah,
they have to
yeah.
follow. Yeah,
That's
they
that's a
have to
good point. Yes,
they
yes,
have to follow. Um, and it is also true. Um, I think in most of our society, we are now encouraging to train the mental strength. Yeah.
yeah,
There's a different factors to put in details. You have the ability to reason, yeah, and your
yeah,
ability to sense or to feel is a little bit different. And you have the sense, you have the ability to be able to keep yourself in a peaceful state. Um, and there are many different kind of, if you want, we want to catalog
yep,
different kinds, but we're talking. The thing is, it is hard to come up with a number, to I know a way to estimate. Okay, how strong is your mental strength? Yeah, like physically, yes, you can.
yeah,
Okay, I can lift up. I know
yeah,
how many kilogram, and but mental strength, like first of all, it is a different concept. Yeah,
yeah,
it is obviously we can say between spiritual state and the physical state. So the range is different, the flexibility is different, and second is more abstract.
yeah, yeah,
So maybe we can see from, let's say, the painting of Pablo Picasso, kind of. You can say, oh, this guy, if if you can sense, you can see the connection between his works and this person, or you can see from someone's eyes, maybe when you see some people, you immediately feel like they are influential. Yeah,
yeah,
maybe you found that kind of thing. But again, how can you how can you calculate love, for example,
yeah,
passion? Yeah, how can you that? I think it is always something people think, through history because they couldn't make it concrete. So they think, oh, those are not important. Let's focus on something more realistic. So if I make something I can touch, then those are, you know, essential.
Yeah, that's one. That's kind of. Uh, I would say it could be some approach, but it will never be really justified that if something is not able to or very hard to estimate, then it might be not important. No, I don't think this makes sense. This reasoning makes sense. But it could be difficult. It could be just difficult for, let's say, for a tutor, for a teacher. So I don't know how to calculate it. I don't know how to estimate it. So how could I teach this?
However, you can definitely examine it.
Yes, yes. It's hard to teach. It could be hard to teach, but you can always test it.
Ac-
And and another point is if it's important or not. I think that is also easy. If it's if it works, you will know, right? If it, if it's functional, you will know, even though it's hard to learn, right? Um, and mental strength is definitely functional. Or love is definitely functional, right? You can calculate love, but you know love works somehow.
This is just unfortunate, you know. Um, it is also a choice when people make. So I think in many cases, people don't choose love. Yeah, they choose the materials.
Or
In a
simple
relationship,
pleasure,
we're talking about the
quick pleasure,
relationship. Yeah. So yes, there's a material sense, there's a physical sense, and there's a mental sense or spiritual sense. So there's a different levels, and the priority change. Everything change. Yeah. I was watching those professional sports. Yeah. And
yeah,
sometimes we hear the coach says that, oh, he is a competitor, he's just a winner, like they are talking about mental strength. Yeah. Because yes, you can definitely see the physical feature from a person, and in in the North American culture they call it talent. It's funny, yeah, if you think about talent
yeah,
in, let's say, in Mandarin, we don't really connect those to the physical gift. Yeah.
yeah. So that must not be the same term. I would say it must not be the same term.
And I just learned, like when
Yeah,
people say, oh, he's a talent person, it doesn't necessarily connect to the mental strength or the
or mental skill,
creativity thing, not necessary. Yeah. It can be, it can
but
mean,
physical.
it can mean the body, like, so then it makes it even more important to mention someone is a competitor. Yeah. Because let's say I am not tall, I'm not strong, but if you're really, really competitive person, then you can still win. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's the point.
And the other case is like Stephen Hawking's.
Yeah,
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 he obviously need to rely his mental strength
yeah.
to continue
To compensate
and to
or to
release
yeah,
his potential. Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Otherwise, how? Yeah. Is
yeah,
it's
yeah.
just a matter because it's hard for people to put in numbers. Um, so in many cases, it is how do you say downvalued. Yeah, it is people will value something they can touch more if they couldn't realize that. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure, sure. But I believe that even mm, even many um, um, like we say um, commercially or commercially successful people, um, like the one we mentioned last time. Last time? It should be
Mhm.
last time. Richard Branson. Yeah, he is also a very good example, and I believe um, I, I believe his success based on is mostly based on his mental strength, and I think many people will agree if they ever get to know him, get to know his story. If he is only uh, someone, a drifter who always follow the trend, I don't think he will be so successful today.
I got um, I came across many occasions
Yeah.
when I was building. I'm still building, but you know, when I'm working on my practice in business, yeah, and
Mhm.
I heard so many people. Their first question is, "So what is your product? What's your
Yeah.
product?"
Yeah. It's
It's
yes.
like
It's easier
it's like this
to
is only thing they care. Yeah,
start it here.
yeah. It's like this is only thing they care. They don't. Oh, it's a brand. What's your product? Okay, are you going to buy it right now? No, you don't care about what do I like. What is the idea of the brand? You don't care about what is the context. You don't care about human, like as a human level. Um, you only care about what is you can understand. Like what is a product? Yeah, it's like it's like when you talk about. I understand like it is a language. It is a transaction. It has to happen when it comes to business. So you need to have something to sell and to buy that. But like it is different level. Yeah. When people don't care about what is inside, what is you know, they only care about what is a product. Yeah. Did you have this kind of experience before? No.
Uh, no, because I don't think I have similar situation like you, so it's
Mm,
not easy to compare.
mm.
Um, but I, I don't know. I think uh, it's really understandable that people ask you about your products when you talk about your brand, because that's how people learn. Okay, I don't know.
I never done it. I have never done it. You know, we went to. Remember, we went to a galleries visit. Remember?
Yeah,
I
I
never
mean,
in Japan. Yeah, we.
yeah,
I have never see product as products. I always try to understand what is your direction.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, but mm, I would say, mm,
Because how can I see the value if I only can see product? There's no context. Like if you just give me one piece of painting
yes.
from public
So,
Picasso,
so,
how
so
can I?
that's because, yes, so that's because you can say that people don't look for that.
Yeah, exactly. That
Yeah,
that
that's because they don't look for that, so they don't ask you that.
and
But
this is direct.
but uh, but it's easier. It probably
Yes, it's
will be
easier.
easier to happen when you just um, get to know each other as just as individuals, not not mention about any, well, any business like idea, but just get to know each other. Then I think
That's the problem.
maybe,
That's something we can also discuss more. But for me, there shouldn't be big difference between the, you know, that's the problem because when people when, when the situation becomes so business oriented, then there's there's they start to pretend to be something else. Like for example, what do you believe? If I just ask you as a human, yeah, then you are going to tell me. If you are sincere, you tell me what you believe, yeah. Does it matter? Are you doing business or not? It shouldn't be matter, yeah. Yes, and as well, what do you do? What do you make? What do you love to do? Those shouldn't be different, but they make it different because they think, oh, because this is business.
uh, I think I kind of understand both sides, but so I'm trying to find uh, the possible connection, something like that. But uh, I don't know. You know, um, most people just don't have sense of safety. Um, I think that's the fundamental um, that's the fundamental part. People don't have sense of safety, especially people who were born and raised in the so-called modern world. So unless you're, I don't know, probably unless you're talking to philosopher, kind of, or yeah, who can really um who is really easy at abstract
No, I'm not
thinking.
saying the products are not important. I'm just okay. Yes, I'm saying product is not important. I'm not saying product is not necessary. Okay, there's a difference. It's like
Yes,
when we go to Starbucks, if we are more, you know, um, cautious, yeah, we know we are not buying the coffee, but many people might believe they are actually buying the coffee. Yeah, you are buying the image, you are buying the fantasy they create. Yeah, really, it doesn't matter if there's a coffee or I know, so fashion. You know, it doesn't matter. People will buy. Yeah, but if they fail to sell that in the beginning, they say, okay, we are Starbucks, we sell coffee. Just focus on coffee. We make the best coffee. If their strategy is like that, the result will be really different. Yeah. First of all, what kind of people you attract? Second, like, okay, coffee. Tim Hortons is cheaper. Why should I come to you? Yeah, it's a very automatic uh, calculation. Yeah, because it's just coffee. Yeah,
yes, but people might or might not sense it, and they go to Starbucks and they ask the same. They ask, "What's your product?" The same, right? They do the same. They didn't ask Starbucks, "What's your
I,
value?"
I don't think people actually. Mm,
They might or might not sense about the difference, but for most people,
like when it is hard to explain, they say it is feeling. Okay, so yes, there's a compulsive, um, like you know, customer behave. Yeah, there's they they do something, but they don't really understand what exactly
yeah,
it is. Yeah, that I
yeah,
think happen all the time.
yeah,
But still, even okay, there is a feeling. You still have to be able to feel something. Yeah.
yes, but
So if you can feel the difference between Tim Hortons and Starbucks, then you don't focus on okay, they are coffee. Yes, you are buying a coffee, but when this become the focus, it's different. Yeah, that's why when I was trying to um, like in I was designing those t-shirts. Yeah, and it's very easily they just tell me like, oh, so oh, you are making a t-shirt. Yeah, so they just see a t-shirt is a t-shirt. It's very easy, especially if I just say it in the beginning. Yeah, and I I think this is something very interesting to play with, because in a way, we also need to tease our clients. Yeah, so sometimes it's good, don't tell them what exactly you are selling. Yeah, sometimes it's good. You tell them, and it's also a test. We just mentioned how do we examine the mental strength. Yeah, you have to give some task. Yeah, and yes, you still give them something to buy. but you don't give everything. Yeah, that that's my strategy right now. Yeah.
Mm, yeah, yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think I kind of um uh, I don't know. Maybe I kind of deviate from the very first path.
Hmm.
Like uh, when I mention about we can always test, not just me. You also mentioned that we can always test that. That's not even the point. I think when we go back to go back to the title. Um, it's not because that I want to. It's a kind of personal interest. So I like to talk about mental strength, but I just really believe that it's very useful in our life, throughout our life. So if you're a normal guy, you might live for at least uh, 60, 70, or 80 years, right? And things could happen. So many things could happen unless you're always covered by someone. But it usually is not the case, right? Usually you face the world yourself at least for a couple of years, for decades. So when things happen, things are always happen. Shit happen, right? How do you face it? The
But
I
but
think the most difficult,
here's a
yes,
point. Like the common situation, they wait. Yeah.
they wait.
They
If you can wait, sure, you can also escape.
somehow
Some
somehow yes,
people
yes.
escape.
Some
Some people
somehow
wait.
somehow it's like um until they have to do it.
Yeah, yes, yes. But still, until they have to do it, will they be able to? That
No, yeah,
I don't
no,
know.
they cannot. Um, so it is true that I think yeah, I think that would be something we can continue discussing next time. So let's say the situation. We can give some example. Yeah, some cases where we can show that without the mental strength, you'll be in trouble. Yeah, maybe we can continue discussing this next time. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
I think so.
yeah. So was this is a very requires some mental strength to discuss this. Okay. All right. So you have a good rest of the day, and we'll see you again next time.
See you.
And thank you everybody for watching, and please remember to subscribe. See you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.